Before we get started answering questions, I want to have a bunch of people I want to thank, so this might take a little bit, so please bear with me, but there's a ton of people in on this process that I really want to recognize and thank for all the hard work they put in. First, Josh Harris, our owner, who has given us every resource we needed to get things done here and continues to do so, and being a great leader for us. So thank you, Josh. In the personnel department, the man to my right here, Lance Newmark, like I said, I don't know what I'd do without him. He's been outstanding through this whole process, has set everything up, set the table, and just been an incredible ally, asset, not to mention a great evaluator, so thank you. And then I'll just go down to our personnel department, Martin Mayhew, Eric Stokes, in the college scouting department, you have Tim Gribble, our director of college scouting, Jeff Bethard, Tyler Clater, Chuck Cook, Pete Pissarelli, Harrison Richer, Ron Rose, Paul Scansey, Roger Terry, and Dave Whittington. Those guys, I don't want to swear, but they bust their humps throughout the year. This process starts almost 12 months ago for those guys. So they're away from their families a lot. They work extremely hard. They find a ton of information that helps us make decisions. So I can't thank those guys enough, and they've done an excellent job. It's been awesome getting to know them through this process. Pro Scouting Department, led by Chris Polian, our Director of Pro Scouting, with Connor Behringer and Brent Caprio, Cap we call him. Those guys were really instrumental in terms of doing a lot of stuff with One Team Needs, but really we had a really very successful local pro day where we brought a lot of the local college kids in here, and we charged those guys with doing that, and it went off without a hitch. It was really successful. Got a lot out of that, so thanks to those guys. And the personnel, rest of the personnel staff, Doug Williams has been working with us a lot. Doug's been outstanding in all our meetings, and obviously a great quarterback in this league, and especially for this franchise, and he has a lot to add, and especially as we're going through what we're doing right now with the number 2 pick. So Doug was awesome. Ashley Kors, who I know you guys have all heard about, Top Golf, and Ashley, that was a labor of love for her. She had over 20 young men here at the same time, and you should see this grid that she put together for everybody, meeting with everybody and what we did, and she worked really hard on that, so I want to thank her for that and all that she does for our department. We have a couple of scouting assistants, Chuck Brenzinger and Brian Cook, who work tirelessly to help us out with everything we do. Sarah Zabo, who's been awesome working with me throughout since I've been here. I can't thank her enough for really keeping me on track and allowing me to do the things I do, and making sure I'm not missing stuff, and just being a great friend as well. Coaching staff, I won't talk about all the coaches, but I'll say Coach Quinn and his staff, they've been outstanding and really collaborative in this process. And then Sarah Hogan, who's DQ's chief of staff, she's been awesome, making sure we're both on the same page, coaching and scouting. Analytics, Eugene leads that analytics department, Eugene Shen, and along with Doug Drury, Preston Bureau, and Danielle Moore, they were really instrumental in our draft process, being in the draft room for our meetings. And then in football solutions, our developers, Sinu Taluri and Gayatri Nambiar, we've asked a lot of them in terms of changing our database a little bit, and they've been on top of it, so that's been great. Rob Rogers, always there in case I'm screwing something up, or just be a shoulder to get some advice with. And then our player wellness department, led by Tim McGrath. A lot of things that we're asked of them throughout the process, especially at the combine, with all the physicals we do, and then when the players come in here too. I got a few more, so bear with me. Don't worry, I'll answer a lot of questions too. This isn't just a filibuster. Going into the football, video, and IT department, they did a great job. We have our draft rooms right behind us, and they really made that into a working, very good draft room. We switched over to DV Sport to use our video, and that was no easy task, and they kicked doing that stuff. Football ops, Brian Porter, Matt Peterson, Cyrus Daniels, getting everybody in line for all these 30 visits. Our player development did a great job meeting with the players. That's Malcolm Blacken and Alexis Dotson. Man to my left here, Sean, does an awesome job, and continues to, him and his staff. Kitchen staff, Connor McGuire leads that. We have a great kitchen staff. We're gonna do way better than that D+. I guarantee you that. They're outstanding, and they had to cook for a lot of extra people, and they really worked really hard on that. And then John Radke, our facilities manager, like I said, we outfitted this room and made it into a real deal draft room, and he was the lead on that. So thank you, John. Security, Mike Jacob and Jermaine King, making sure we're all safe here in our equipment department. So almost done, but on a personal note too, I really want to thank my family because I haven't been around much. So they moved across country by themselves. My wife Jen, our 2 daughters, and my mother-in-law Linda was been with us the whole way and really moving us into our new house. I haven't opened one box, and I feel terrible about that. And they moved a dog and a cat across the country, so I want to thank them. And then I think that's it. I think I've thanked everybody in the DMV. So, but I really do appreciate everybody here, and hopefully I didn't miss anybody. It takes the whole organization to do something like this. I appreciate that. With that, answer some questions. And so what was cool is while we got to see them all together in a group setting at Top Golf, which was really fun, and I think everybody had a great time. It was very beneficial to see everybody in a more relaxed environment. They all got a lot of time individually with their coaches, with us, where they were staggered coming in too. So it wasn't like they were sitting in a room together. They all had their own individual time with everybody. So it worked out really well. And then you got a great blend of that, and then working everybody together, in a fun environment.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've been a part of doing it with a huge group of players together at once, and I thought it was a really cool dynamic seeing like the organic, like how guys came together, how magnetic certain individuals were versus others, just that loose kind of casual feel from the one night to the next day where it was more individualized the next day. So I really thought it was a great experience because you see how guys are in a group, and then you spend time with them individually as well. So I came away from it very impressed with the process, and I just thought it was a very positive overall experience.
Hey guys, Mitch Tischler with Monumental Sports. When you look at kind of the off-season meeting with these prospects between Combine, Pro Days, and Top 30 visits, do one of those kind of meetings stick out as kind of being more beneficial for you guys than any of the others, and kind of what about each of those meetings makes them important for you?
Yeah, I think they're all beneficial in their own way. I don't know, it's hard to sit here and weigh one more than the other. I think for me, the ones you get to interact with the players is probably more beneficial, like than watching a person run at the Combine. Like, I know it's the same one, but it's Combine. Interviewing players at the Combine, but interviewing somebody at the Pro Day. And then I think Pro Days maybe a little bit more than Combine because you're actually doing football stuff. If it's like a quarterback throwing to his receivers, receiver running routes, you can actually dictate those a little bit more than the Combine workouts. But then on the flip side, the Combine workouts, you get all the measurements, and you get to compare the measurements of players in the same class, and then historical measurements. So you get a lot of that too. So they're all beneficial in their own way, and they're all just little pieces of the puzzle, little spokes on the wheel to help you make a good decision.